child, those allergies crept up on me and are kicking my ass on this last day of April, heading into May. Because April showers bring May
Bring me
flowers, which means
flowers.
kicks our asses. Welcome to another episode of the Inner Circle Podcast. I am your host, Charlie, with my best girlfriend, Melody. How
Hi.
are you? And
I'm
and has the allergies been kicking your ass yet, or ours? Like,
not in the level of you, like the way that you are, but I have been like sneezing a lot and I have been like having like an itchy throat. I literally while we were like off air was ordering Zyrtec.
she really was. No lie, no lie.
Preventing I was taking preventative measures.
And I'm mad because I told myself to buy not Zyrtec,
Claritin.
Claritin, because I'm a Claritin guy. Claritin works for me, but I feel like I'll be okay at least the next few days without it. But I still like to pack, like, have it with me. But
Yeah.
nonetheless, how you been since the last show? And if I'm a little out of it, y'all, you know, it just really hit me. It started today because this afternoon, as I told you, I had to be outside and I came out, my eyes felt itchy, and here we go.
Yo, talking about allergies making me want to sneeze. But I've been good. I've been, busy working a lot. Today was It's only Wednesday, and I feel like half of the week already has been very not slow, but it's been too much too soon where I am like physically exhausted. I will say though, something super random that I've been seeing. I in While I was working or like going to different customers and like visiting different accounts in the last 2 days, I noticed like I'll see I guess they're couples because I see them either holding hands or like walking together and laughing. And I've seen a lot like an uptick in biracial couples. And it's usually like a black girl or someone of color with like a white guy. And I was like, oh, they're so cute. And I always find myself being like, oh my God, they're so cute. And like just like smiling or whatever. But I see it more like in the younger crowd. I saw a mix actually. Like the last one I saw was when I was coming home and like going up the West Side Highway. I saw like this. They probably were definitely in their 20s, and the guy looked so. He looked like he was giving golden retriever vibes, holding his girl. But I was just thinking to myself, damn, should I start dating a white guy? Should I be in that vanilla swirl mix?
Listen, I think it's I like to be open minded and keep my palates a little open. To be
Yeah,
honest,
I've always had like, well, I don't, I don't know who's watching, but I've always had some white guys like be interested in me, but I don't know, because when I think about it, I'm like, yeah, I could date outside my culture, but like, how are they gonna understand this, that, and the third? Like, how are they gonna get down with like the song, the music, like the vernacular, everything?
yeah. No,
But
I get that. Listen, and speaking of that, back once upon a time when I
not
started
long ago.
me and coming out and such, I started dating white guys. My first relationship was a white guy, and even after that first relationship, for the most part, I feel like my preference and my what caught my eye were white men, but it changes. Like I
I
think
remember that era.
it evolves with time, and it took for me moving. I'm like moving back to New York at a certain age, and I don't know. It's just I guess being back at a certain age and being immersed again and just like being around this thing where like my palette has opened and like even for you because when you met me for the
Yeah,
most part, you met me with a Puerto Rican.
yeah, yeah.
But prior to that, as we got to know each other, that I explained like I dated white guys and stuff, like the serious boyfriends were white and stuff. But from there, you've seen, and I'm sure you've been shocked also yourself, how I've evolved in my the men I've
Mhm.
chosen and dated and given chances to. So it does
Shocked,
evolve.
honey, shocked.
It does evolve. But yeah, I think you should. I think it's good to be open because you never know.
I just, yes, you never know, but I feel like there are some ramifications and like qualities that I would want to see if I date a white guy, a Caucasian man.
Now, I get it. Don't get me wrong though. Now
Mhm.
that I've evolved, it's hard for me to look at white guys or
Yeah,
even hookup wise. I'm like, are we gonna have this in college to talk about? Like, well, because sometimes I want to talk. Like, I don't know. Like, but yeah, it's harder for me to connect with men nowadays.
right. But with me, I feel like I have you ever noticed that like there are some like white guys that are born and raised in New York that are completely different. They have like a different like swagger, I guess, or like they carry themselves different than like someone from the middle America.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like this, yeah, this different type of white man too. There really is this southern white man, like New Orleans. Like I know you, like you went to New Orleans, like you wasn't able to really like be there, but
Yeah,
even
I
like
really
I
wasn't.
don't know, there's different type of white men from different type of areas. They do really have like their own twang thing to it, depending where they're from. So don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. Like, I don't. It's not like I don't. This like I don't do. I don't want to say do white guys. I don't want to say like that.
No,
You know
hell
what I
no,
mean?
not
Like
no
I
white,
don't.
not no MAGA, but I think even like Southern, I don't know. Well, we'll see. Stay tuned. I'm gonna do some research. I'll do
Listen,
some pet projects.
a southern white man. Listen,
No, not a Southern white man. I'm good. I need a Yankee in all sense of the word.
not to shift into sad news, but the RuPaul's Drag Race family has lost another big one, and this one to me is even bigger. And even like looking back at some of the episodes, going back and watching the season, I was like, wow,
Yeah.
the first episode was really more like it was really her. Um, our condolences go to forever legendary Queen Jiggly Caliente, season 4 contestant of RuPaul's Drag Race and All Star 6 contestant of RuPaul's Drag Race,
And
who
Drag
passed,
Race Philippines host.
and the host, yes, and went on to host. Because there's so many spinoffs of it. RuPaul's Drag Race Philippines, and not only that, but she appeared in big hit shows, Ryan Murphy's Pose, which we know that was a great iconic show that had a lot of people tuning in. Um, it's sad. She was a New York queen from Queens, and she loved New York like us and stuff. So like she stood out. She stood out, and I will never forget. She fucked it up. Well, I mean, the other queen didn't give her that much run for her money, but she fucked up that toxic. And when she was giving Britney Spears toxic choreo, I'm like, that's my girl because I know she loves Britney because she's hitting those Britney talks. So rest in peace, and it's good to like be able to like. That's the thing about people passing. It could be sad, but to be able to talk about fond memories that make you smile,
Yeah.
you know, I love I will always forget, always remember that moment for me of when she won me over. It was doing that lip
Yeah.
sync.
I know she transitioned and her name was she was going by Bianca, I think, Bianca Castro.
Yes, yes, correct.
Um I remember her as a character on Pose on FX Pose. That was a great show. She was funny there. And also I the last interview I saw of her was her basically saying that although she didn't last long on Drag Race, I think she got eliminated after like 2 episodes, I think on All Stars,
Yeah,
right? She they A lot of people were questioning and like like making fun of the fact that she was chosen to be the host for Philippines, and she was like, I'm not, just because I didn't win or I didn't last as long doesn't make me less of a Filipina. And she was saying how she's a Filipina woman through and through and stuff, and she's like repping her culture. So I found that to be great. I'm really sad. First of all, I'm shocked when you reached out to me and told me, like, not even that long ago, I think it was like
Saturday.
Saturday, you told me about her getting her leg amputated because she had a severe infection.
Yep.
I
And
want
I,
to know the like specifics of it because that is crazy.
yeah.
But
And then like I just found out too, and I hit you up. I'm like, yo, did you hear this? And
yeah,
then to wake up Monday,
I
was it?
know my friend Michael sent me like
I
the
was
message.
like,
I was like,
yo,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
it's really sad for like. I love Drag Race. Literally grew up watching that show. I got my mom into the show. Her favorite her favorite drag queen is Detox. Um, to like watch people that you grew up with and like have made you laugh and smile or even
yeah.
cry pass away, it makes me really sad. And it just goes to show like you never know. Time is literally of the essence. Yeah, it's really sad.
Yeah, especially for us as we're like we are also now ourselves evolving and getting older.
Yeah.
It's a new reality you grasp, and there's something I saved. I don't know. I know I didn't send it to you, but it's something I saved that I seen about when you enter your 40s, a different mentality, and I found it profoundly like interesting, and I saved it. I guess to post in the future, and maybe even a topic of conversation because I thought it was very interesting, and me as I'm heading into that proudly. In less than a few months at this point, less than a year, um, I really connect with it because I've already been feeling it. And there's something about even though you could be 37, 38, or 27, 28, 29, almost 30, you start feeling a switch
Yeah.
with a lot of things and the mentality and the way things you're thinking. And so it's it's crazy. It's crazy and it's a sad reality, death. But um, I was thinking about it the other day, actually, when we were coming back from the Berkshires, and we were driving to come back to New York. On the way
Mm,
back, I was just looking at the mountains and just thinking about how, like, in a sense, I started coming to terms of the concept of death, as like morbid as that sounds. Like it's something that just happens, and
no,
you
not
know,
me. I wish I was in that mindset right now. My sessions right now with my therapist about are about me grieving people that have not died yet. Like I'm literally so afraid to like lose someone. And I was telling my boss actually yesterday I was having a conversation with her because she has dogs, and she was telling me about not her first dog, but she had a dog that passed 5 years ago, and she was saying how it impacted her so much when her dog passed away. And I told her that I am conflicted with the idea of wanting to have a pet, whether it's a dog, a cat, whatever. I would love to have a dog, but then at the same time, I see how much anxiety you get with the idea of something happening to Gizmo. Like I wouldn't want to get so close to having a pet, and like one day the dog just passes away, and it's not the same. I don't know. It's different with like a pet because like it's like your child.
yeah, yeah. My dog is like my child, and it's the same thing. Like, although I'm not a parent to a human,
Yeah.
yeah, it's really the same thing as like having a child. I could imagine because it's the same feeling that I've seen other people and someone as empathetic and emotional, and I could feel people's energy, energies and stuff. Like I know that anxiety people get over their kids, the worry people get over their kids, especially when their kids are going into teenage years. You know what I mean? The difference between human kids and animals is that you can keep your animal. Like your animals are not trying to leave and talk back to you.
It's almost like your dogs and your animals have some sort of devotion to you where they have to be with you because they are not independent in the sense where like your kid will grow, eventually move out, have their life. If you have a dog, your dog has to be walked by you, has to be fed by you, obviously man's best friend. So I don't know, I just feel like I don't want to subject myself to that feeling. And like, I already see and feel how people, friends of mine who have pets, like how they feel when they have to take their dogs to the vet and find out that they have to put their dog down or whatever. I can't. So I'm good.
But listen, it's risk you take. It's a reality that it's there because it's gonna happen with it happens with with humans. It's gonna happen. You're gonna feel that loss and you're gonna feel that sense of hurt some way somehow.
Mm,
And instead of shutting out or going through, either way, you're gonna feel it. But instead of going also navigating through life where you're not taking on certain experiences in order to shield yourself, I feel like it doesn't deserve it to people who do that because they're not fully experiencing or giving themselves that chance to like experience those what it is a beautiful thing and a beautiful time and the happiness something like a pet could bring. But we talk about pets, but this is just with anything, even a love or whatever. So yeah, we got a little deep there. Therapy.
well, you know me, I like to go deep. What
I
is that song from? Wait, what is that song from Madonna? Deeper and Deeper. That's like my favorite.
That's one of my favorite Madonna songs too. Yeah,
I
deep.
love that song, and I'm so mad that she didn't sing it when we went to see her in concert. But it's fine, along with music. But
And
it's
we
fine.
go deep, and we don't get no sleep.
Well,
But speaking of
that's
that's
Janet
Janet,
Jackson.
I know. But speaking of music, Bad Bunny dropped last week a
Oh
new
boy.
visual, his latest single from his latest album, Derrite Más Photos. And this one, he's random with it, with the choices he makes, but it's one of my favorites. It is a song that I actually cried to when I first listened to. Bokete. So
Wow.
Bokete and Turista. I thought I told you that. Um,
Turista is like a tearjerker for sure. Bokete,
but
I heard it, and it's like such a song that you sing like during karaoke.
what are your thoughts? Because you hit me up. I see the video,
Mm.
but you said that we may have opposing views on something you see. So I'm like, okay, let me get her perspective because then I'm gonna get my perspective. But take it away, sis.
So and I'm going into this like very ignorant, very blindly, not knowing what the definition of boquete is. So if you can look that up, or if you know what it is, please let me know.
Do
I
you want to
feel,
know first
yeah,
what
let me know
Bokete is?
first because I might.
So if you hear it, and I will have to go exactly to the lyric.
When he says
Puerto
"Todo un
Boque-
boquete,"
Boquete, Puerto Rico has a lot of like potholes, as you know. So they call those boquete, like you hit a twin boquete, epe. So like there's a certain lyric. I will have to go back to exactly read it or whatever, but it says it is like when you like hit that pothole, like that you try
okay,
to avoid. Um, por eso que te esquivo, like go avoid you.
come on,
There you go.
Spanish lesson.
Okay, okay. Don't test my Puerto Rican, baby. Go ahead. But go ahead. Now that you know, go
Now
ahead.
that I know, now that I am fully aware, um, my first of all, I love the song. I really think the song is good. My only issue that I really wasn't really feeling the video is it could be triggering for someone who has mental health issues. Like the parts where he is, you think when the shot comes out and it's like him talking to himself and like having these arguments with himself or like, pretending to like be hugging someone, it's very triggering for a person that knows people that have like bipolar disorder or have schizophrenia. It like that was literally the first thought that I thought about. I was like, whoa, this is like kind of like giving that sign. Again, I don't think he meant it in that way. Maybe he meant like the person is there, but it's not there. But at the same time, I don't know. For me, seeing it, honestly, it sounds very dramatic, but I felt like it was kind of triggering.
I and it's crazy because you didn't tell me. We didn't talk about it. You shared it, and I wrote it in my notes as a producer. And I'm like, okay, um, we'll talk about it. I did not expect that view. I thought you was gonna say like something like the way when you see turista, you had a certain angle where you thought, I'm like, oh, okay, like, and we actually spoke about it here on the
Hmm.
podcast as well. I thought it was gonna be something in that sense. I didn't think at all you thought that, and I could see as an open minded person, I could see why you would say that because yeah, obviously, and I see that I'm like, oh, this thing is crazy, but it's in the sense of if you listen to the lyrics or whatever, and what I took it of is like he's in love and he thinks that person's still there or that version or that vision of that person, but that person's been gone. And like
Hmm.
you said, he's in the video talking to himself, hugging, kissing, having dinner with this love, but
Hmm.
there's no one there. So that's the way I took it. It's like
And that's probably what he meant by the video. Like that's
yeah,
very self-explanatory. I just feel like if you had if you had the music video on mute and you saw it like that, you would be like, without even knowing, or if someone didn't speak Spanish and
yeah,
understood the lyrics, they would be like, oh, this is like, is he playing like a bipolar person or a schizophrenic person? That's what I thought.
yeah. No, I can see that too. I can see that, but I thought you was gonna say something else, but
What did you think I was gonna say? I'm an enigma.
I don't know. I thought maybe you were gonna like you found like a meeting or something like Puerto Rico wise that he met.
Well, now that you explained what Bokete means, I mean that makes total sense. It's like, you're like a hole you try to avoid.
Yeah,
But I think also it could be seen, if you go, if I want to like elaborate and go deep, it could be seen as, after you have something and you lose it, you tend to like probably lose yourself, and you could probably like distort your, that can mess with your mental psyche and
yeah,
mess with your
yeah.
mental health.
That too. Yeah,
So that could be another reason.
it's a that's another episode. I was gonna say it's crazy how there are some people that really do after a breakup that do go through that lose
Well, not
themselves.
even after a breakup, after a death, after a
True.
big
Yeah,
significant change in their life, whether it's like a lost job, a lost opportunity, like
change is hard for some people.
change is hard.
Hard change is hard for some people, and that's why. And again, this is like things we could go deeper into, but this is why people stay in relationships they should have left or stay in jobs and jobs they should have left because
Yeah.
and we could go on, but um
Hmm.
right now, could you believe April went by like this? Like I can't
Oh
believe
God.
today's April 30th. We have the podcast today. We do it Wednesday. We do it live. Is the last day of the month, and tomorrow is literally May 1st. Like April went, in my opinion.
April came and went, but it's so funny because the first 2 weeks were unbearable, rainy, cold, and now it's becoming like nice, sunny, breezy, not too hot, but still warm. Some people are like doing the most, dressed like it's summertime fine, like relax.
Listen, today for the first time, and this was coming back from the gym. I kept my shorts and my tank top on, but it was nice. Like the sun was like
Hmm.
shining through. Today was the first time I did that. But because I also felt that like go ahead because I have been seeing people like the last 2 days like I'm like, okay, shorts.
No,
Okay.
when I see people rocking and it's like 50, like 59 degrees or 62 degrees, and you're rocking chancletas, I mean, go off. I wore sandals yesterday because it went with my outfit, but also because it was like high 75. If it's not over 70 degrees, why are you wearing chancletas? What, like, that's crazy.
Right. Right. But
Your
yeah,
toes are still cold.
the weather, besides today, my allergies, again, if y'all tuning in or y'all listening to us, excuse my allergies. I'm sorry, but I'm committed to still also coming and giving y'all a show. Because today, listen, I've been busy the last few days. It could have been like, oh, let's cancel it. But we are committed. I'm committed. So excuse the nasaliness and but yeah. um, the weather's been great though. The weather's been making me happy, and again, just looking forward to like the summer. But like I told you earlier as well, when I sent your voice text, like we talk our shit. I wish I
Mhm.
could bottle up this weather because then comes summer.
Yep. Then it's gonna start. It's gonna be like it's like a dial. It's literally cranked up to like hot, sticky, sweaty. Please wear deodorant. This
And
is
then it's
around the
like,
time right now before the tariffs hit, before it starts getting super expensive. Go buy some deodorant.
yo, everything is going up, and people are taking
Everything.
advantage of it in the sickest way. Like, I went to get a pedicure today, and I knew it was gonna happen because I seen it in one of the nail thing place where the price was up, and I'm like, what? But I'm like, I don't go there anyways. But then there was another one. The one I go to is like right around the corner. So I'm like, and you know they're owned by all the same people, by the whatever.
Mm.
I'm like, $35 for gel now?
Well, I'm gonna explain to you why. When you go to a nail salon, the products, the gel, the polishes,
I feel you. Yeah.
the items that they use, all the like the scissors, the stuff, the
Um,
cuticle stuff, all that shit that they use, where is it made and manufactured?
yeah.
China. So, and you know, China's right now like doing their thing. I don't even want to talk about it because God knows, but yeah,
We can't get into
everyone's hurting.
politics.
Yeah, we're not that podcast. Change the channel. Um, yeah,
Turn the
everyone's
station, change the channel.
change the channel. All right, Madonna. Um, everyone's hurting. It fucking sucks. It fucking sucks. The unknowing sucks. But I mean, this is what y'all wanted.
And this is the thing too. I want to have a hot boy summer. And this is
Me
what,
too.
listen, I
I
want
want
to
to
have
have
a
a
hot
hot
boy.
girl summer.
And when I say hot boy summer, I don't mean like fucking around with no, it's just like happy, going out.
We could talk about let's talk about our summer manifestations because I when the phrase hot girl summer, hot boy summer, people automatically gravitate towards being like thotty, being
Yeah,
out there in these streets.
not
That's
I, not
not
us.
first of all, you could do that at a certain age. After a certain age, like you can't be asking what the moves are. We can't be doing that no more. My manifestation of like a hot girl summer is basically going to places and events that I've always wanted to go, attending and being present in those spaces and places, interacting with people who are going to uplift me and networking with the right social circle. Also, doing, doing a little cleanse of the list of people around you because if you don't evolve and you don't realize who's for you and who's not for you, then what are you really doing in life? What else? And for example, like I told you last night, I voice audio messaged you yesterday telling you how I would like to visit specific parts of New York that I haven't gone to in decades. Like I had a great time going to the seaport. That was amazing. That was fun.
Yeah.
It was literally completely different from the last time that I went. I think the last time I went was like over 10 years ago on a date.
No, we went there
Oh,
for
for
the
the Golden Girls experience thing.
and we caught a boat from there to do a little boat ride.
That's true. Well, I take that back. I've been around there, but it wasn't like
But
memorable.
you remember that date?
I remember that date, honey, because I remember I was like, all right, we're gonna wrap this up. I finished. I feel so bad. To this day, I think about that. I'm like, damn, I'm such a bitch. But I still won because I still whatever. Anyways, back to
You're
summer
admitting that on the
manifestations.
live.
Yeah, we'll take that for the after show. Back to the manifestations. Yeah, I just want to manifest like good vibes, but also actually be around, besides good vibes, good people, and obviously travel. That's
Yeah,
first and
with
foremost.
me, and I think I discussed this too on the show already. The last few weeks here and there, or like little dimes or nickels about it. For me, it's just if I'm being transparent, and I think I've shared it also. Like it's me being single. I'm going to finally. It's going to be a year this June of being out of a relationship, and I've healed. I've moved on. I'm in a great place. Um, I've come to term with things. My soul, like I feel light, mind, body, soul about certain things. So I'm just very happy to finally have a year, a summer where I don't have a weight. It's not heavy. It's not fights. It's not ups and downs, confusions. It's clarity. It's lightness. It's me.
Yeah,
And there's a lot of great things going on for me that I'm excited about. And oh my God, I'm so mad. I'm so fucking stuffy. uh,
yeah.
Going on for me that I'm looking forward to it. I'm so thankful to God and just focusing on me. And I still wrestle because I'm a person that has feelings and care about other people, whether people think I'm selfish in the moment out or whatever. But I really do care about people's feelings and things about,
To a
oh, it's
fault.
just really their feelings or whatever. Whatever. But I'm in a moment in life where I have to be a little selfish and worry about me and care
Yeah.
about me and just be with me right now. And I'm
Mhm.
looking forward to that this summer. As you said, the people that are for you, the the people back in my life, that I just see a lot of great things happening, and I just want to see it play. I
Yeah,
just want to see it play out, and I'm looking forward to that. I'm
that's
looking forward.
awesome. I also do want to mention that like I we can't be oblivious. We can't act like we don't see or are affected by what's going on in the state of the world right now, especially with the United States. Not to get political, but like I feel that no matter what the situation is, we have to push through, but also
Yes,
we can't dwell on like the bullshit that's happening.
I agree.
We
I
have
agree.
to obviously be mindful, like don't be naive to it, but also like see it for what it is, be in the know and move forward. I
Yeah,
don't want to live in anxiety. I don't want to live in like a world where I'm gonna be like, oh my god, the end is near. I'm so doom and gloom type shit.
exactly.
Because what the fuck? One day you're gonna die, and none of those problems are gonna continue.
Listen, I told myself coming into this election and how I kind of foreseen it. I'm like, all I know is I'm not living what I did a few years ago during that presidency, and the anxiety or playing into it or reading into everything. And I'm like, I'm not doing it. Here we are. I don't want. First of all, again, this is what a lot of y'all wanted. I am not gonna play it down into y'all doom and gloom or y'all thinking I'm what is it? What's the word they like to use? Like, is he desensitized or
Oh,
is he not
desensitized. Yeah,
reading the room? I don't care. Y'all could read the room and breathe that in. I'm still gonna live my life. I'm aware of what's going on, but I'm not going to let my mental health fall into that spiral.
yeah.
Y'all could keep that. I'm
Keep
gonna
your anxiety
pursue.
to yourself. Also, like be fucking mindful to like constantly be. bringing it up to people and talking about it. There's one thing to have like water cooler talk and be like, oh man, this shit is crazy. Well, I work in an industry where the whole situation sucks and like it's affecting us, but like to sit there and just constantly vent about it and complain is not gonna get anything done. If anything, that shit gets old. But
But out with that oldness and out
oh,
and
out with
in.
the April, in with the May. What's
Yes, it
going
would
on
have
in
been,
May?
and it's Taurus season right now, and
Hmm.
we have to bring you astrology season for astrology circle for Taurus. Here we go. Personal Taurus people, the ruler of Taurus. First of all, Taurus is element sign is Earth. Their symbol is a bull, and their ruler is the planet Venus. Your Venus. Some of the personality traits are quiet, capable, trustworthy, strengths, powerful, inspirational, exciting. Some weaknesses that some Tauruses can possess are illusion prone, overly emotional, or power fixated. Um, Being ruled by Venus, Taurus people like the finer things in life, so they create an abundant, comfy life that they like to live in. And some famous Tauruses that we may know are Lizzo, Janet Jackson, Teresa Giudice, Megan Fox, Channing Tatum, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, David Beckham, Kelly Clarkson, Travis Scott, Al Pacino, just to name a few. Anything else you want to add about our Taurus friends while we're celebrating a Taurus season?
I have I have an app, uh, astrology app that I read every morning for my astrology. Um, and for Taurus, it says I have like that's
Their
their.
mantra.
Have you seen it? Yeah, I have. And then the qualities, even though you went through some, I'm gonna read them real fast. Patient and reliable, warm-hearted and loving, persistent and determined, placid and security loving, jealous and possessive, resentful and inflexible, self indulgent and greedy. I don't think that is a true testament of all Tauruses, but I do feel that there are some traits that
Yes.
some Tauruses, could be aligned with.
A possession.
Um,
Listen,
I will
you
say, I know I did. I didn't do my card. I didn't do like the card thing. I haven't like that was a waste. But I did read that like your 11th house, like the astrology of your 11th house is the person that you're supposed to be with. Mine's is a Taurus. So I'm like, oh, okay. Every Taurus man that I've like dated or like got to know, they're cool. They just seem like so. Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even trying to be a bitch. I got bored. I got bored. They were nice guys, friends till this day.
and some of them are good.
They're great in certain areas. They're great. Like for that, they are props to you, Papa. But in other areas where I feel I need like to be mentally
Stimulated.
stimulated, and it was just like it was nah.
But that's for you, because Aquariuses do need, and that's one thing Aquarius trait. Well, it's not Aquarius attractive, but Aquariuses need that stimulation. Aquarius is attracted to mental stimulation. So
Exactly. But what's your interaction with or how do you feel about Tauruses?
listen, I love Tauruses no matter what. My mom's a Taurus. Although even I could sit here and admit like there was a certain period in my life where me and my mom bumped heads and stuff. But at the end of the day, I love my mom. My dog Gizmo is a Taurus. My son. So listen, I love Tauruses. For the most part, I get along with Taurus, and Taurus love me.
Do they?
It's just there's certain things like just with all signs and humans that you just see where it's like, but for the most
Charlie's
part,
being
I like
politically
Tauruses,
correct.
and I like the vision. And I do one thing that I really do like about Taurus people is I'm trying to think of it. It is something that Pisces like is like building that. Taurus is like to build like a
A
home,
foundation. Yeah.
you know, a foundation, like
Mhm.
and have that cover. And Pisces look for that too. So I think that's what one thing Taurus people and Pisces people come together and can sometimes work because that like building and that foundation and that homey thing, but you know. Then when Tauruses want to run out and
I
like
feel like Tauruses
on
are
the
like
streets.
the sign that you dated the most.
Yes. But happy birthday, Taurus. We love you. May y'all flourish. And I'm sure I'll be wishing my mom a happy birthday soon, along with my dog Gizmo. Um, anything you have before we leave our circle, friends? And before I go and take like a whole bottle of Caliente, once again, my apologies for how I sound today.
Nope. Have a blessed May.
And we will see you guys next month, next week. We love you guys. Make sure to follow, like, subscribe, share, all those good things. Rate. See you next week on the Inner Circle Podcast.
Thank you for watching. Make sure to follow, like, share, subscribe, everything the Inner Circle Podcast, and catch us every Wednesday live at 8 p.m. on YouTube and Facebook.